Storms are moving across southern Wisconsin as we speak right now, but this is not the main event. We'll track the main event, which will enter southern Wisconsin in just a few hours.
And it is a storm system that has already flexed some muscle to our west, especially in Iowa. We'll check in on the damage done so far. You are watching News 3 Now at 5. And we thank you for staying with us tonight as we take a live look at the Queen Bee Radio Sky Cam. That's on your left there in Platteville. Also our Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison on your right. Weather, of course, dominating the headlines tonight. An alert day. It is here, folks, with chances of severe storms very high across southern Wisconsin tonight. And we take a live look at the radar loop now as well. Radar 3000 showing that dangerous line of storms out there quickly making its way into our viewing area. That same system has made its way across Iowa earlier today with multiple confirmed tornadoes. We have team coverage bringing you the very latest conditions from all over our viewing area. Armand Rahman is live in Madison. Jalen Banks is in Iowa County. He is set up in Dodgeville. And Maddie Heim standing by in Wisconsin Dells. But before we get to them, we want to get the latest on what this system is doing out there with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Thanks, Eric. We're watching one thunderstorm right now that actually has prompted a tornado watch for south central Wisconsin, currently over the central and northeastern portions of Iowa County. This will be allowed to expire here momentarily, according to the National Weather Service. Actually, now that I'm getting new information, they're going to continue the severe thunderstorm warning for this storm that has had a history of producing hail. It'll continue to move off towards the north and towards the east here at about 35 miles per hour, and that's going to take it into communities Ridgeway, if not right now at 5 o'clock, Hyde a little bit after 5 o'clock, and then heading over towards Black Earth as it gets over towards Dane County, and this storm will continue to roll off towards the north and towards the east. With a history of hail has been reported with this particular cell. We can actually take a peek and see if there's still any hail left with that storm. Just north and east of Dodgeville, just north of 151, just a tiny little bit of hail being reported. But that doesn't mean that storm can't percolate back up with the atmosphere being quite volatile for severe thunderstorms across southern Wisconsin. Don't want to dismiss, too, if you are driving on Highway 12, that rain's going to be coming down heavy across northern portions of Dane County as we await that storm to the southwest in Iowa County to make it towards the north and towards the east. A tornado watch is in effect until midnight for the possibility of a couple of supercell thunderstorms out ahead of that main line that Eric was just showing off to the west. That is also prompting our alert day conditions to continue through this evening. We will be looking at this line that has a history of destructive winds and considerable tornado damage moving towards the northeast, and Maine weather will track when it's going to make it, when it will make it into southwest Wisconsin, south central Wisconsin, and exit.
All right, Alex, thank you. As we mentioned, we have crews around the area bringing the very latest from these storms. Let's head out to Jalen Banks now, who joins us live from Dodgeville, monitoring the storms. And Jalen, what's it look like there?
Eric, currently I would say it's relatively calm as far as precipitation goes. Rain has been on and off, but what has been persistent and consistent is the wind. The wind has been picking up, wind gusts here and there, and the lightning and the thunder. I've heard several very loud cracks of thunder, seen several lightning strikes off into the distance. And speaking to the emergency management team of Iowa County, they're no strangers to severe weather in this area. They're no strangers to tornadoes. They've been in communication with the National Weather Service in preparation for this. And speaking to Deputy Emergency Manager Amanda, speaking to their emergency manager, Amanda, she shares with me some of the important items that you need for your emergency management kit.
Everyone should have an emergency pack in their basement with a flashlight, some water, first aid kit, and so forth, so that if they do have to, in the event something bad does happen, they're prepared. NOAA weather radio is an awesome tool to have on hand. We highly recommend it. There's a lot of different zones in Iowa County you can get to for that, and it helps people be weather aware.
And as you guys have mentioned, we have several crews throughout our viewing area. I'm going to send it over to Maddie Heim, who's in Wisconsin Dells currently. Maddie?
Yeah, Jalen, here in the Wisconsin Dells, we haven't heard any of that thunder, seen any lightning, or really any of those severe weather conditions. We have seen the wind pick up a little bit, like I know you mentioned, down in Iowa County. It's gotten a little bit cloudier, and it's continuing to get humider and humider. Like we said earlier in our news in our newscast from area emergency management, the most important thing to do is stay prepared and alert of those shelter spots and keeping track of the radar, the weather alerts. So we're continuing to follow the situation a bit north of Madison here, and we'll keep you updated up here in the Dells throughout the evening. But I'm going to send it over to our Armand Rahman in Dane County with some conditions there. Armand?
Maddie, I'm just off of McKee Road here near Fitchburg and Madison. As you can see behind me, this is the East Madison, the metro area. Seems pretty calm right now. The sky is still pretty clear. But I'm going to give you a look at what could be coming our way right now. Things are much darker over on the west side. In the 10 or 15 minutes we've been here, I've already heard the thunder and seen quite a few lightning bolts there. And obviously, that can still be as hazardous as tornadoes, as the emergency management director for Dane County told me earlier.
Now, if there's a thunderstorm warning that meets the level of destructive thunderstorm, which means 80-mile-an-hour winds or higher, the wireless emergency alert on your cell phones, just similar to a tornado warning, will go off, and so will the sirens, if we meet a thunderstorm level of 80-mile-an-hour winds or higher.
And no matter what triggers those warnings, thunderstorms or tornadoes, you should always react the same. Get indoors and get somewhere away from any windows or doors. We'll be following this storm system as it moves closer to the metro throughout the night. For now, live in Dane County, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. With the latest round of storms, or for any future storms we could see in our viewing area, some tornado safety reminders, or if you're away from home, if you're in a vehicle, make sure to seek steady shelter. If you're outside and ever have very little advance warning, try finding a ditch and getting in it. Find an interior room in a public shelter. Finally, go to a store if you can. Find a walk-in fridge there. And all day we've been receiving viewer photos. If you have any photos of the storms that you'd like to share with us, don't put yourself in any danger, of course, for a picture. But if you have one safely, scan the QR code you see here on your screen or send it to tips@channel3000.com. And as these storms pop up, make sure to stay up to date with the latest conditions, radar, and forecast. We invite you to download our First Warn Forecast Weather app. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. Now, tonight, CBS Primetime will be featuring season finales of all of the FBI shows. However, if there is severe weather, we will have to go on the air over those shows. We do have some good news, though. If we do break in for severe weather coverage during those shows, we will be airing those shows on Television Wisconsin instead of CBS. Television Wisconsin is channel 3.2 over the air, and also channel 14 on cable. Next tonight at 5, a wild early morning foot pursuit ended in the arrest of a Monona man in Middleton. It was just before 1 a.m. when a Dane County deputy tried to stop 41-year-old Tyler Wood for speeding and an expired registration. This was at University Avenue near Highway 12 and 14. They say Wood refused to stop and then went off the road near Greenway Boulevard and took off running. Deputies set up a perimeter, used a drone. Wood was later taken into custody, arrested for a 6th offense drunk driving charge and numerous other charges on Elmwood Avenue in the city of Middleton. Today is day 1 of the Amtrak Borealis service, bringing expanded passenger rail service to Wisconsin for the first time in over 20 years. News 3 Now's Kyle Pozorski joins us now with more on the day 1 celebrations. Kyle.
Eric, the new line will now bring passengers by rail through parts of south and western Wisconsin to stations in Columbus, Portage, and Wisconsin Dells. Today, our sister station in La Crosse rode on the Borealis, getting the video you are seeing here. It was early today in La Crosse, where Governor Tony Evers, along with other officials from the state and federal government, gave a press conference on the opening of Borealis. Governor Evers having this to say on the occasion.
This is an historic day for Wisconsin with the launch of the new Amtrak Borealis trains, and during National Travel and Tourism Week, no less.
The new line offers coach and business class accommodations, and prices do vary. If you want to do a trip from the Dells to Milwaukee in coach, it will only cost you around $20, for example. People I spoke with in the Dells yesterday say their hope is this line will bring more visitors to the area, adding another option just to get there.
Kyle, thank you. Looking ahead now at 5, a festival promoting and celebrating women in the arts will be returning for its 7th season next week. Since 2018, Lunart has been working to support and promote the works of more than 20 women composers and over 40 musicians. The event also expands to the visual arts as well. The founder of Lunart told us that even though movements to inspire women in the arts have grown over the years, she says there is still progress that needs to be made.
The festival is all about celebrating and being together and, helping each other and pushing each other to move forward in their careers, in their lives. It's very nurturing, it's very healing.
It just
Well, the festival with this year's theme of rebirth runs from Wednesday, May 29th through Sunday, June 2nd, and tickets are available online. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 5. For years, we've heard about so-called forever chemicals, PFAS, and foams used by firefighters. Well, next, how a Wisconsin technical college is playing a role in developing a more environmentally friendly way to fight fires. That's coming up.
And we're continuing to track a severe thunderstorm in Iowa County with a bigger line of thunderstorms to track that will move across all of southern Wisconsin coming up in Maine weather.
And on Wall Street, the Dow with gains in Tuesday trading up 66 points. The Nasdaq and S&P again finish at record high closings. The Nasdaq jumps almost 38. The S&P gains 13. We'll be right back.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Tina, the Tina Turner Musical. Tina Turner's triumphant story is live on stage in the mega hit musical direct from Broadway. Prepare to be ecstatically blown away. Playing June 11th through 16th at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
Ride a chip.
Don't worry, my cousin's got a guy.
Right now, get 2-for-1 windows and no interest for 1 year.
Hurry, call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
You and running have been together for a while now. Fact is, so has Morgan's Good Form Running. We're here to help runners achieve their goals and push their limits in every sport or adventure they pursue. That kind of performance demands real innovations in technology, shape, and fit.
And we're experts in all of it, so no matter why you run, your best race starts here.
Morgan's Good Form Running, Hilldale.
It's Good News, Madison, brought to you by Don's Home Furniture.
The Madison area is full of fantastic bike trails, but there are two in particular that I love. First, it's the Southwest Trail, and the second is the Cap City Trail, which runs right through downtown. I would highly recommend checking out Dane County's bike map to make your ride as comfortable as you want and enjoy biking around our community.
And that is Good News, Madison, brought to you by Don's Home Furniture.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
The First Warn Weather Team is tracking alert day conditions Tuesday evening, including all severe hazards. At 6, the First Warn Weather Team will be tracking the latest on a line of storms that could produce dangerous wind gusts and a strong tornado or two.
The nation's top call for action team is going strong at News 3 Now, with more than 160 cases closed and over $444,000 recovered. If you need help moving forward, call for action only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5, moving forward.
Natural solutions to man-made problems. That's the mission for a Georgia-based company. And as Ken Kosarowski shows us, their mission has taken them to Eau Claire, where the company is close to scoring a big win in the fight against forever chemicals, or PFAS.
Eau Claire resident Dave Garley is a managing partner with Cross Plains Solutions.
Take the chemistry that exists today and replace it with something that's rapidly renewable, sustainable.
He uses his chemistry background to find more uses for one of America's major crops, soybeans. And one of his top priorities came years ago from the United Soybean Board.
They were approached by the New York Fire Department with a very key concern. We need a training foam.
a foam that fire departments could dump safely into the environment, something that firemen like Chris Turner have been hoping for.
We've all been kind of standing around with our hands tied, waiting for that product to really come to market.
For years, fire foams that went up against Class B fires, which involve a flammable liquid like gasoline, have contained the family of forever chemicals known as PFAS. But those chemicals don't break down in nature. Garley wants to give them a product that works just as well without the negative environmental effects.
I started formulating with soybeans because I can make soybeans foam. Do I know if they put out fires? No idea.
He needed somewhere to test his foam, so he went to Turner. Turner is an educator and lead technician for Chippewa Valley Technical College's state-of-the-art Fire Safety Center. Smaller companies pay the college to test their fire foams here. Garley says having this in his backyard has been huge.
If it takes me a year to develop a formulation, without it, it'd take me 3 years.
His current formulation is called soy foam.
Over half of the content in this soy foam is made from soy meal, soy flour. It's the same ingredient that's used for bacon. If you're eating donuts, you're eating part of soy foam.
And unlike its artificial predecessors, it will break down in nature.
To be considered readily biodegradable, you have to be 60% after 180 days. The soy foam is 60% after 18 days.
A potentially groundbreaking revelation.
The first commercially available green screen certified gold fire foam, which has never been done.
The ability to move to the fluorine-free foams in general is a huge step.
Today's soy foam sample took on a 28 square foot jet fuel fire and had it out within 30 seconds, passing another test to get it closer to market. And for Garley, it's another step closer to making the world a safer place.
Again, I'm not a fireman, so I can't go put out the fire, but maybe I can do my small part, is to provide the chemistry that gives our firemen a better environment to work in.
Time now to once again get a look at our forecast out there with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex,
Eric, it's been a busy afternoon, a busy day, a busy evening, but it's about to get much busier for all of southern Wisconsin. I want to stress the storms we're seeing now across southern Wisconsin right now. One lone strongest storm here, that severe thunderstorm warning for Iowa County, will be allowed to expire as it moves east of Arena and just north of Mazomanie. Maybe have some pea-sized hail, but this lone thunderstorm is just a lone storm out ahead of a big line of thunderstorms that's going to be moving into southern Wisconsin in just a couple of hours. While we're here with our radar over Dane County, just letting you know that one lone storm off to the northwest of Cross Plains, those showers that were over northern Dane County have since moved towards the north. We are under a tornado watch for south central Wisconsin until 12 a.m. and it's these isolated supercell thunderstorms that have popped up along a warm front in southern Wisconsin that has prompted this tornado watch. And we will need to keep an eye on these other additional storms in northeastern Iowa and in Grant County because the environment is absolutely primed for them to potentially go severe. So we'll be keeping a close eye on those storms. But this is the main line of thunderstorms along a cold front that stretches from Minnesota clear down to Des Moines. We've had considerable reports of tornadoes, tornado damage, large tornadoes, and very high-end wind gusts. This will be racing towards the east here at a pretty decent clip at upwards of 50, 60, 65 miles per hour as these storms continue to form into a line. So it's going to be a quick-moving line of thunderstorms that promotes the moderate risk of severe weather from Madison and points off towards the south and west. People have asked me, how often do we get moderate risks issued by the Storm Prediction Center? Not often, maybe just a couple times per year, and in the state of Wisconsin, even more infrequent than that. So this means business, this line of storms that will be advancing into southern Wisconsin. What threats are we up against here? When you have all of these colors and the hashed lines here, this is a strong likelihood for tornadoes as this line moves into southern Wisconsin, and there could be a couple embedded strong tornadoes in this line of storms. Also, high-end wind event as this continues to race off towards the east this evening. We could be looking at upwards of 70, 80, maybe isolated 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts as this line of storms races into southern Wisconsin. I don't want to forget the hail threat. We've already had hail to the size of golf balls reported near Dickeyville earlier this afternoon, and 1-inch diameter hail in Dodgeville, and we could still see some hail as that line moves into southern Wisconsin. But it's the wind and the tornado threat that I want to prepare southern Wisconsin for. Future Track doing a great job. 6:30 p.m. stretching from La Crosse to Viroqua to Boscobel down to Platteville. Another line of thunderstorms moving into southern Wisconsin. This is that final line, but it will be a doozy. Could actually be another line forming by the looks of this as future track updates, stretching from Camp Douglas to Lone Rock down to Platteville. This line moving towards the east at a very, very fast speed. All of these storms, again, large hail, damaging winds, and the potential for tornadoes and a couple strong tornadoes as well. Good news is, as we get towards 10 o'clock, that line races off to the east, and conditions should quiet down quickly as we move into the wee hours of your Wednesday morning. The 7-day forecast, got to have some good news here. By the time we get to Wednesday, temperatures back to 70. It will be breezy behind our storm system. Next chance of thunderstorms Friday and some on and off showers as we go towards the Memorial Day weekend. So that's certainly good news. Quick time here for traffic going at a good pace unless you're heading over towards 12 and 39 Exchange, a little slow at 45 miles per hour. Friends in Janesville, how are we doing down here? Good clip, 65 to 70 miles per hour, and then off towards the northwest, going at a decent speed up towards the Dells at 73 miles per hour. But while we're talking about traffic, Eric, I do want to mention southern Wisconsin between 6 o'clock tonight and 10 o'clock tonight. I would advise to not be in the roads, just stay home, and we will be here keeping everybody up to date on this dangerous line of storms that will be moving into southern Wisconsin in a few hours.
All right, Alex, thank you. Just ahead, one of the nation's top low-cost airline carriers makes a change when it comes to change fees. That's coming up at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Like a bowl of cherries, life in Attic Angel is healthy and sweet. Our independent and assisted living lifestyles include newly renovated apartments, engaging social activities, and wellness support that is tailored to you. As time marches on, we promote the idea that life can always be a bowl of cherries. Attic Angel Community, the house that angels built.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Chevy gets it. I want it, and I can afford it. Can be one and the same. With Chevy Trax, a car and driver 10 best. The rugged Chevy Trailblazer. And Chevy Colorado, Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Chevy, all you want is all within reach. Connected by OnStar. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse Limited models. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
We've been everywhere. We've coated patios, pool decks, basements, hospitals, warehouses, walkways, man caves, churches, schools, airports, hotels, and garages. If it's concrete, TSR will coat it.
Another year of yo-yo dieting? Not this year. Hit reset and make a permanent change with permanent fat removal by Sonobello.
With Sonobello, day 1, all my unwanted body fat gone.
These are my favorite pair of jeans that I couldn't even button up.
Look how flat my stomach is. I couldn't believe it was just gone.
I saw the results immediately.
And this is the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
Real women everywhere are transforming their bodies permanently. Sonobello is not a fad diet or boot camp workout. It's a simple, proven way to remove stubborn body fat permanently and in just one visit.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
If you are looking for physical results and positive emotional results, please run, don't walk to your nearest Sonobello.
Ready to hit reset? Find out how you can save $250 off instantly Call now or go to sonobello.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Inflation has deflated much of the U.S., at least financially. According to a survey from the Federal Reserve, about 1 out of every 6 adults weren't able to pay all of their bills on a monthly basis. Close to 2/3 of people polled say their livelihoods have dropped due to higher costs. The report also states that 65% say inflation has made their lives worse, with 19% claiming much worse. Analysts say the U.S. economy has shown strength in some areas, including job growth and pay raises, but higher prices appear to still be playing a factor for some households. In other consumer news, Spirit airline passengers now have the freedom to change their travel plans. The low-cost carrier announced it has done away with change and cancellation fees, something that most full-service airlines did during the pandemic, but many of them still charge those fees on their cheapest fares. Spirit's move puts it in line with competitor Frontier Airlines, which took away the fees just last week. Both airlines are struggling to return to profitability post-COVID. New video tonight at 5. Take a look at this video. This is out of Iowa today. A wind turbine knocked down by a tornado. This is just this afternoon north of Prescott. That is southwest of Des Moines. The turbine, which was knocked down, a fire then later started. That storm system making its way our direction. For your first warn forecast now, once again, Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Indeed, Eric, yes, it is. That next line of thunderstorms will be in southern Wisconsin as early as 6:30 p.m. We have alert day conditions. It's not done yet. The few storms that we've had today is not the main show, so to speak, as well. We still have that potential here for high-end winds, hail, and a couple of strong tornadoes when that next line of thunderstorms makes it into southern Wisconsin. Right now across Dane County, it's pretty quiet right now. Again, we're having conditions across Dane County, overall quiet. You got to go south and west. Here's that next thunderstorm popping up over western Grant County along a warm front. We got to keep an eye on these storms too, just like the storm that moved from Dickeyville up through Platteville, up through Dodgeville, and then up towards the Arena Mesa Mini area with the history of hail. These storms could percolate and get up there as well in intensity. That's why we have a tornado watch until 12 o'clock for these few storms out ahead of the main line that Eric was just showing, causing considerable damage across Iowa. Even just a brief query of some of these thunderstorms, we're having wind speeds approaching 70 miles per hour with these storms. 70 mile per hour winds can cause considerable damage equal to a low-end tornado. We'll be keeping an eye on everything here, folks, over the course of the next couple hours as this line approaches southern Wisconsin.
And stay with us. We'll have one more check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Get an 11% rebate on everything for your garden at Menards. Start your garden off right with quality seeds from Burpee. Choose from over 450 varieties of flowers, vegetables, and herbs. Right now, all Burpee seed packets are on sale. Plus, get an 11% rebate. Finish your garden with terrace board landscape edging. It's easy to install and blocks the spreading of grass and weeds. A 40-foot roll of terrace board edging is $14.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Memorial Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Think Sloan's first.
You know, the big thing about Sloan's is the ease of doing business. They make everything simple. We choose Sloan's and John Deere because we have availability of equipment, quality service, quality parts, and they have the ability to keep us up and running.
The Green Tag sales event is on now at Sloan Implements. Get your John Deere 835R Gator with 3.9% for 84 months. That's just $339 per month.
Power up with Sloan's. Think Sloan's first.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, extreme turbulence turns deadly, leaving dozens bloodied and bruised. The shocking video from inside the cabin. Our new reporting on this commercial flight that became a passenger's worst nightmare. We've got more tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And still ahead at 6, our crews are out across southern Wisconsin bringing the latest on this most recent series of storms making their way across our viewing area. That is the Queen Bee Radio Skycam out in Platteville, taking a look at the clouds there. And you've been watching a lot of clouds over the last 24 hours, seeing what's going to happen here with this system.
And a couple of strong to severe thunderstorms we've had today out ahead of this main line of thunderstorms. Future Track doing a great job bringing that line of thunderstorms stretching from Black River Falls right down to Richland Center to Lone Rock to Mineral Point down to Darlington by 7, 8 o'clock. And then it gets right up into Dane County after that, possibly breaking into 2 lines with one line racing to the northeast, another line approaching again Lone Rock down to Dodgeville, down to Platteville with Future Track by 8, 8:30. The good news is, Eric, in southern Wisconsin, this line of thunderstorms will be a quick move. They'll be out of here by the time we get to midnight, and hopefully we can all sleep a little bit more soundly tonight.
All right, we'll update as needed. We'll be back in 30 minutes with News 3 Now at 6. Meanwhile, the CBS Evening News is next. Stay tuned.